Advisor here at the Navajo Nation Zoo. Vice President again. We have had some technical difficulties, but here we are. Comanche Nishlet, 1200 Bashichin, Ado Comanche Deshache, Asha Deshanel. It's good to be with you this morning. We are here as First and Second Lady are given highlights of the zoo, which is now open, 25% capacity. So what a great time to just advocate and give out the updates as our nation slowly opens here. So we appreciate you joining us here, and we appreciate the First and Second Lady as they give life-enhancing videos, a series of videos that are bring to the Navajo Nation and all of our citizens the updates and some new information, and also just promoting life at home, promoting families and the unity thereof. So we appreciate their leadership in this here. Earlier you heard President Jonathan Nez and First Lady Cecilia Nez talk about a lot of the subjects, the animals, some updates about the zoo here. So a lot has happened over the pandemic. The animals grew up. Some of the maybe some new animals came here, but it's a refuge, it's a sanctuary for those animals, perhaps some healing, and they can't be released back into the wild. And so without further ado, I'd like to give the Second Lady Dottie, my beautiful wife, a chance to say something.
Yes, bene she Dottie Lizer Unisha, Kia Ani Nishla, my excuse me by Shishin, but Ani Deshache, Tatkini Deshanella. So happy to be here this morning on this beautiful day. You know, it's great that we can come together, the staff and the directors and the Office of President and Vice President and the Office of First and Second Lady. You know, we're here to encourage the families to come and visit the zoo. You know, there's a lot of animals here that have come who have been hurt, maybe were, fell from a tree or, whatever the case may be, but they are here to, gosh, just to live out their lives. And, they can't be returned back to the wild, as my husband just mentioned. They are here to survive, and the staff, that's what they're here to do, to keep them alive and to make sure that they're taken care of and they're fed. And if you saw the last video, we talked about a lot about the eagles. I was told that there's 17 golden eagles here, so it's great that we can come and see them here. I know they're housed, but you know what, they're well taken care of. So we just want to have you come out, and the families, the kids, they would enjoy it here. And so we just want to thank the staff as well for, gosh, just being here and taking care of the animals. And especially during this time of the pandemic, they were here by themselves, and I know they kind of isolated, doing certain things, but you know what, the most important thing was those animals. And so we just want to also encourage everybody to continue to wear your mask and be diligent in that, to keep you safe, to keep your family safe. And we want to keep our elders safe too. I know there's a lot of elders out there, and we just want to make sure that they're safe. And so we just appreciate, all that is happening, and the staff here, and the ideas that are coming forward with the Office of First Lady and Second Lady. So we thank you again, and I'll have Myron introduce our next speaker.
Yes. Well, shortly I'll introduce Dr. Rudy Shabala, the director of our Division of Natural Resources here. But yeah, real quick here, I appreciate the leadership of Gloria Tom and also Dave here at the zoo as they oversee all of these animals and oversee the staff here who've done amazingly well over the pandemic. And also too, today, which just so happens, we'll receive a proposal on some of the ARPA funds, the American Recovery Plan funds that soon come into the nation. Perhaps we could carve out some niche money that would help enhance the zoo, amongst other, qualities about the zoo, because the budget is real tight, right? It seems like year after year we're talking about dwindling budgets at that. So here's a great time to utilize some new money coming to the Navajo Nation where we could bring enhancement, maybe some maintenance or repairs that's long since lagged. And so hopefully this opportunity that we could talk about that. And then also we have an idea to perhaps develop a zip line over the zoo, coming down from the Red Rocks over there, right over the zoo. We envision to the museum what a great family time for the future. So hopefully this we could all help make this happen. So with your prayers and your advocacy, we appreciate that, and we'll look forward to making the zoo a go-to place, point of interest here for all of our citizens and all of our visitors that will be coming back to the great Navajo Nation. And so now, without further ado, I'd like to bring up Dr. Rudy Shabala here, the division and director of the Division of Natural Resources. Rudy?
Good morning. Oyat Shay Rudy Shabala, Tashitanido, the Division of Natural Resources, Navajo Nation, A Lanj Tasata. Ado Shanand Jonathan Nes, Myron Lizer, Vice President, A Banashnish. Ado the Kunil Tashin, Division of Natural Resources, Dave Nishon Kisasa. Sa Navajo Fish and Wildlife. Ein leeds tahoto atatsiskago the neepiki desti ajabinda anish. Aro quado Tagahot Zande, the Tent Egypt the neetanel Nikaya Pacade, not glossy dog, and that the Halonigi, a quabel has a call Astida and Cisador Stan. Shamado Shapel, Ado Bashi, Quaneka, Ado the Nasalito, Adnashta, Ado Nashduit Sota, the Betzat Hata, Yidich Janesi, Adon the Nashdu Spider, Adon the Hitsubidi, the Zonda Kagi, Ashit Ashi, Kehoshi is the Bidi, no daily chicken. Ada Quabas has Adon the Atsel Suida, Atsatisvista, Konasta, a call a Yidich on her late Ela Bahane, a call O Quinson, Ado Danil, Hagobata Hanegi, Edo Besinkiada has lead. They did Ida Yatashi Zata Halon that no, Ado Quadini, than she did not the aid that she did. A call Edo Badadi Kata. Aro ebe dani edole aro hachin quenda ish aro quebinete denis and then aro hanedo podahos aro bedahanos aro hachin bendanoti and hit the nanny glini no card and then hit the nini a jashita inil or hashin zago what delia Jean een begin hina don hina en tin don hit han de neppe han edo ba da di kata ebe jit do ebe no edo ako di ka hojuno ha I ado adi shibijo hol just ako shi da huis ago kota shibito da hoye ada sa ebe ni de ni ki ako di de na in sabe wa ki Ado the hard at the job, that is so. Ado but the na in Sena date on the Holia. A call a the netting clean. Ado the Lagana, I should what I am sick case. And lay so later, what Abbott has added Hadia, Boise, Idaho, added Zoo that Hadia, Seattle, Washington. Asha Alcha is if you shall chino hon dish in there. Cares it's Daneya. Ada at the Shampeta Abba Chindi, the hot Abbas Las Abba Chindi ish dollars. Ada one sorrow left out is he had all yard eon head at all cock a day yard Gloria Tom she teach a Fish and Wildlife Department a large as a duck a button shadow. Though he had thought is it the house. Akona.
Good morning. Thank you, Dr. Shabala, for that introduction. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Gloria Tom. I'm the director for the Navajo Nation Department of Fish and Wildlife. Torich Nation, Kachi Bashish Chin. and I would like to thank you all for being here with us this morning. The Navajo Nation Zoo is a fantastic facility. It was initially established in 1977, and I would just like to commend our zoo personnel, our zookeepers, our manager for the Navajo Nation Zoo. They stayed open during the entire pandemic. Someone has to feed and water these animals and take care of them and monitor their daily health. And these individuals that you're going to meet today are the individuals that took care of that. So I want to acknowledge them. I want to recognize them for their tremendous sacrifice during the pandemic. We're very excited to be opening our doors again after being closed for over a year. And we're just happy to be here. And just a little bit about our facility here. Most of the animals that we have here are native to our lands here on the Navajo Nation, and the majority of them were found to be injured or orphaned. Each of them has their own story as to why they're here, but all of them are unable to survive in the wild. And so they're housed here, they're cared for, they're given a second chance on life, and it's also an opportunity for my department to teach the public about these animals, their livelihood, what kind of habitat they live in, what some of the challenges that they face in the wild in terms of loss of habitat, predators. There's all kinds of different situations that wildlife deal with. So they're cared for here. They're provided professional care by our staff here, our zookeepers. So I just want to provide a little bit of background on that. I also want to thank the Office of the First Lady and Second Lady for showcasing not only the Navajo Nation Zoo, but also the wildlife in general, wildlife issues that we face here on the Navajo Nation. They have been very interested in what we do, and we really appreciate that because we have such a valuable resource. Our fish and wildlife resources are extremely valuable, and we've been given that responsibility of taking care of them on behalf of the Navajo people. So I want to thank the Office of the First Lady and Second Lady for that support. And also I want to thank President Nez and Vice President Lizer for their support as well in promoting what fish and wildlife needs are. So thank you. And I would like to take this time also to introduce you to our manager for the Navajo Nation Zoo, David McKessick. David McKessick is a zoologist by trade, but he's done a tremendous job in managing this facility. So I'm going to turn it over to David. David?
Yes, good morning. I'm David McKessick. I'm a zoologist with the Navajo Nation, and currently here at the Navajo Nation Zoo, and very happy to be here. I want to welcome you all back to the Navajo Zoo. I think you already heard that we are open to 25% capacity. So at times, if you come on a Saturday, we may have a sign on the door that says that we are temporarily closed or not admitting more folks in. We are a free facility. We do not take price, dollars per person that come in, but we do take donations. If you want to leave a donation with us, that would be awesome. We also do have a gift shop, and that you're able to purchase t-shirts and mugs and all those kinds of things. We're very excited that we are able to open, and we're very excited about today to have the First Lady, Second Lady, and all of my zoo staff here to help with that. Very excited. I did want to mention one thing, which is the Navajo Nation Zoo has 4 unique things about it. The first one is that, as I mentioned, we are free. We're a free facility, one of the last few free things that you can do in the United States today. We are also the only Native American owned and operated zoo in the country. And for the most part, we only take in injured and orphaned animals. think that was mentioned before, but it is a very big thing because all of these animals would have to be euthanized. They would not have a home if it wasn't for the Navajo Nation Zoo being here. And the last thing is that we only have native animals, and that is so that the Navajo people can come and enjoy the animals that are in their stories. We also have the ability to provide eagle feathers back to the Navajo people with the permitting system that we talked about earlier. We are mostly ADA compliant. We are also trying to acquire the funds for a new restroom, which will be fully ADA compliant. But we have gone out of our way with the concrete sidewalks, picnic tables, and our family pavilion area up here to be as ADA compliant as possible. So I want to introduce my staff. They're going to be coming up and introducing themselves, but I'm going to start with Mr. Brennan Key. He is the senior zookeeper here, and he is